people gotta understand that Wack's whole life is a facade and a lie. Dude is working with them people, straight up. And he's lining people up with no rap. Straight up. He don't care about none of the rules. Now, he said this himself. He don't care. He violating. He breaking every rule there is. He don't care about the rules. That's what he on. Now, Wack is saying now that he'll talk to the police in an instant if something involves his business. But he not going to talk to the police if it's something going on that he's involved with in the streets. He done already told us that he ain't in the streets. He ain't involved with nothing in the streets, right? That he's in corporate America. Wack straddles the fence for the content, but I'm telling you right now, he is going to cooperate with the authorities without a doubt, because he don't want to go to jail. This shit that he doing on the internet, this facade and all this tough guy on Paru shit is all foo-fafi, man. Yeah, but I'm going to let y'all hear from him. He telling, yeah, he'll talk to the police if they contact him about his credit card being used, and he'll talk to the police in that instant. The same way that he talked to the police when the situation outside the no jump ride. He was on the line with them ASAP. He had to report that. He didn't want no parts in that when he orchestrated everything. Line loose cannon up to be on some goofy shit and then reporting to the authorities at the same time. It's the type of game he playing. Acting like he on that, but as soon as you on that, all right, let me call the police. Let me make sure I report this. Straight up, these type of individuals is doing this out there. The ones that's running around the net, popping it like they like that, they don't want to go to jail. They portraying the image for the people to gravitate to. They don't want to go to jail. Hell no. And I'm going to let y'all hear from him. He's saying it out his own mouth. And I told y'all, right? It's gradually going to come to the point where Wack is going to tell everybody he the police. He working with the authorities. You know? Because you can't play both sides of the field. And I'm just keeping it a buck. Either you not going to talk to the cops or you going to talk to the cops. When you supposed to be this gangster, if you a gangster, everything is dealt with on gangster time. It ain't going to be dealt with on gangster time here, but then you going to go to civilian time here. And this is what Wack is trying to act like. When it's gangster time, he going to be on gangster time, which we know is a lie. It's always going to be the police. He's the same exact guy that recommended Adam call the police. This what type time he on. You not going to tell me that you this so-called gangster, but it's a certain time for you to talk to the police. And then when I hear him say, oh, if the police come and you got a lawyer, they still going to want to talk to you. It don't work like that. This is because Wack has been talking to the police. This is because he has a relationship with the authorities. You're not going to talk to the police if you got your lawyer there. It's nothing for you to talk about. Your lawyer going to relay the message. Whatever need to be said, they going to relay it. My client has nothing to say. This is what's going on. All right, my client didn't do this. My client had nothing to do with that. My client this. You're not going to be the one giving a statement. But Wack is so, tuned in with the people that he telling people he going to get a statement with his lawyer there. Regardless, I'm going to get a statement. This what type time boy on. See, I've been telling people Wack is working. And the line getting thin. It's too much that we seeing him doing to not understand him cooperating with the police. It's too much. Let Wack tell it now. 26 years. He been in corporate America. Come on now. Wack been told everybody when he first came out, he had to go get a little pee-wee job to survive. Now you been in this corporate America and come on now. You ran around with Big U and Suge Knight. Come on now. We know what you was doing. Reggie Wright said you was extorting shit with them niggas. Come on now. But now Wack say 26 years he been living in the corporate America. His story changes every single time. When you are a liar, you forget the damn stories. You say one story this day and you forget. It's because you coming off the top of the head with the lies. You not gonna remember the lies. We all know this, man. Everybody knows that it's hard to remember the lies. The truth is what you gonna remember. So when you hear Wack saying these different things on these different platforms, you know it's a lie because he don't remember the damn lie. It's just anything that come off the brain. But what we do know is Wack ain't got no problem with talking to the police. Suspect number 4 now. This suspect number 4 in the case outside of no jumper. He ain't got no problem talking to police. Nah. He one of them type of guys that is going to sit down with the police before anything declare his name. He don't want to go to jail. He going to act like he tough on the internet so that he can try to keep niggas off his ass. This why he ain't going to go get in the boxing ring nowhere. Straight up. If Wack was to go get in the boxing ring, right? If somebody see Wack get knocked the fuck out, you better believe they gonna try Wack at a different time somewhere. So he know I ain't gonna go get in the ring because I don't want nobody to see me take this L. Straight up. He don't want nobody to see the L. Wack talk about his squabble. Nigga, you ain't punching a punching bag. You ain't working out. You ain't doing nothing. Somebody get on Wack's ass right now. He gonna be like a fish out of water. Straight up, flapping everywhere. Fish out of water. Penguin. He ain't got nothing for nobody right now. It's all cat. Nigga, you damn near 50 and you ain't had a squabble in a long time. You ain't practicing punching no punching bag. You ain't doing no activities. All you doing is laying on your belly with fingers in your ass. That's it. You ain't ready for no real action. But he get on there and get to holler like he ready for some action. No, nigga, you just talking to squabble. You ain't ready to squabble. You ain't ready for that. All cap, you gonna sit down with the authorities by any means necessary. If it's something that happened with your credit card or if it's something violent, nigga. You ain't keeping no violence in the street, nigga. Come on now. Make it make sense. Because if something violent happened and you keep it in the street, nigga, you gonna be liable for what happens in the street. You don't want to go to jail. But he'll get on the internet and make the people think that he on that and he willing to go to jail. He talk about these fake bodies he done caught, knowing damn well the nigga ain't never caught a body in his life. He ain't never been to court. He ain't never been interrogated. He ain't never been associated with nobody. But he wants the people to look at him as this gangster. The character that Wack has created is Fufafi. You ain't never been in none of that shit, man. Straight up. A nigga that been in some situations and had some bodies when Big U and them boys ran down on him, Wack would have squeezed the trigger. Let's just be real. Let's be real. If Wack was a nigga that had some bodies and a nigga that been to war in some real live shootout with the strap, when some niggas ran down on him, he would have squeezed the trigger, nigga. And that's a fact. It wouldn't be you trying to scare niggas to back off you and yell out their government, nigga. Somebody would have got shot out that motherfucker. And this is a fact. Niggas that get active, when they got that biscuit, nigga, they gonna squeeze the trigger. They not gonna try to pump fake you. It's them niggas that got the gun because they scared gonna pump fake you. Of course. A nigga that got the strap and he's scared, he gonna pump fake the shit out of you so that you can get off his ass. This is the type of person Wack is on the internet all day. He's on the internet pump faking people to keep people off his ass. He got connections all across the globe. Let him tell it, right? He'll tell you that your family members is going to ride with him against you. It's the type of nigga he is. When the shit is all cap, niggas ain't rocking with Wack, man. Dude is Fufafi. He ain't going to bust the iron. He going to sit down with the police and detail whatever discrepancy he had with anybody to make sure that the law knows what's going on, man. Straight up. This is the type of joker he is, man. Smash that like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Share the live. People that got common sense understand. You ain't gonna tell me that you street this way and you gonna talk to the police this way. You gotta pick a side. You can't tell no nigga if you in the street, you in the street, nigga. If you business, you business. This is why I tell y'all the shit that these jokers be trying to promote out here is Fufafi. These niggas ain't like that, man. They gonna tell you when they gonna tell. Yeah, I'm gonna tell if it's this. Nah, if you street, you street. If you a gangster, you a gangster. If somebody steals something from you, take your credit card information, do anything, you gonna keep it gangster. Nah, you're not gonna say, all right, well, if this here happened with the corporate shit, I'm going to sit down with the police. But if it's over here, I'm going to keep it in the street. Nah, because people that got common sense understand if you in the street, you know what's going to happen if it get active. The police going to get involved either way. So don't tell me that you going to get the police involved over here, but you going to get active in the street over here if this happens, and thinking that it's just going to go away or it's going to stay in the street. Man, ain't nothing staying in the street in 2025. The police is getting involved. The internet is involved. Everybody going to know about it on the internet, and people going to report on it, and the police is watching this shit. This is why they got niggas like Wack in tune with shit that's going on, and the police is getting all the information off the line. Wack corroborating the shit, but then he act like he not going to tell. That's so he can be able to continue to get information. He want to be able to continue to get information. Hit that like button. You ain't already smashed the like button. Hit the like button, man. You come in the building, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel too. You know, man, I appreciate all of y'all that be rocking with SBGB TV. We know the bull cat. All that shit that Wack be popping on the net is for attention, man. That's it. If something gets sticky, Wack is contacting the authorities, man. If something gets sticky, Wack is going to tell the police what happened. That nigga don't want to lose his freedom, man. It's what people got to understand. When you are a gangster, right? Just keep it in a buck. When you like that, and you gangster and you gonna react like a gangster, you catch cases, man. You catch cases. They go public. People see about them. Nigga, Wack cases is sealed. Come on now. You look at Wack shit, they sealed. You try to go look at his gun case and shit gets sticky. They don't want to give you the interrogation for this, and they don't want to tell you certain things. If Wack went through the judicial process the proper way, everything would be public record. Straight up. But we know what happened. Just keeping it a buck. Smash that like button and hit that subscribe button, man. But let's check this joint out. You know, I appreciate all y'all that be rocking. You know what I'm saying? We know Wack Team the Feds took care of that. Damn right. You know, the Men in Black. Wack got the Men in Black on his side. They take care of that shit quick. They get right in the system. Yeah. The Men in Black get on it quick. Understanding that bull working. He's slowly coming out and telling people though. Smash that like button and hit that subscribe button, man. Straight up. Hit that like button, that subscribe button. Let's listen to this nigga. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. Let's listen to how Fufafi Wack is, man. Straight up.
Emails, here go all my cell phone, here go everything you need to run your investigation. I ain't transferred, I ain't embezzled, I ain't stole the $10 million, I had nothing to do with it. Now, if I got something to do with it, and we get caught, and they came at me at that point, no matter who it is, square, street, square, whatever church, and if you got something to do with the play, and the heat come your way, then you gotta shut up. You got to ride it how it comes. But if a nigga take my information on some corporate shit and go behind my back and do some shit and they knock on my door, I'm not riding that. I'm sorry. Not Wack. I don't know how the rest of y'all feel about it, but the floor is over. Does a gangster have to play gangster in corporate America if he's the one being gangster? The floor is open.
Does the gangster go back gangster?
Does the gangster have to play gangster in corporate America if he's the one being gangster? That's a real question. That's a real question. Who in this mother? AK, you in this mother. Where you at? All right, AK. Where you at, AK? Bring your ass off mute.
Does a gangster gotta be a gangster in corporate America? So you a gangster until it get real. Because when it get real and shit start happening, them people gonna show up. But you want people to believe that you still gonna be a gangster out there in the streets, but you gonna talk over here. Yeah, all right.
Well, I see what you
I'm here,
niggas
Wack.
with
What
you.
up?
Okay. All right. You got a bank account. You all right? Your banker name is Phil, right? You go here to do all your loans, all your shit you did with Phil, right? Phil got access to all your information. You look up, you get a knock on the door, say FBI. FBI said, yeah, you embezzled or did this. You was doing some fraudulent transaction in this bank right here from this account to your account, and you were sending it to this account. You see your account. You don't know the account it was coming from. You don't know the account it was going to, right? Do you say, I'm a gangster? I know that's probably was Phil now. I'm going to ride that shit out? Or do you say, that's not me? And they say, well, who else has access to your information? Well, the only banker I deal with is Phil. Maybe you ain't want to go talk to them.
First of all, why are you having a conversation with the authorities? If you supposed to be this big gangster, why is you having a conversation? Contact my lawyer. Let your lawyer know, man, I ain't do this. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Let the lawyer handle it. Wack sit here and let you know that he has no problem with having open dialogue with the authorities. And if you listen to how he talking like he talking to the police. Man, listen, who does that? If you know you some gangster, you don't sit there and have open dialogue with the authorities. That's a no-no. These niggas now talk about they finessing the police and all that shit. You don't sit down and have open dialogue with the authorities under no circumstance if you a gangster. If you a gangster, you can't say, all right, I ain't gonna say this, but I'm gonna talk over it. It's either you a gangster or you not. Stop putting on an image to be accepted. You can tell that Wack wanted to be accepted as a gangster and a gangbanger, but it really wasn't him. That wasn't him. He wanted to be liked and accepted. That's all. Nigga, you not that.
I have nothing to do with that. Ain't got my hand right to do with it.
Right, Wack. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
That's the way I'm going. I'm
I
gonna
ain't
say
got
that right
nothing to
now.
do with it. I ain't about to be no dummy, Wack. I'm 34 years old, man. I'm not no fucking dummy.
Hey, I told a nigga this the other day. Nigga looked at me and said, like, I need to hear that, bro, because I've always been confused I'm like, man, nigga, listen to me, bro. If a nigga taking my account that's in the bank and running plays and got them people knocking on, I'm going to tell them that's not me.
Got nothing to do with you, right?
My banker Phil. So I don't know what Phil doing. But if they ask you who got access to my information, this is a legal situation, Phil. I'm hoping Phil could help you figure this out for my behalf.
Word up. So I'll let Phil.
That's why you got lawyers, though.
Yeah, it's good to have lawyers.
That's why you got lawyers.
It don't matter what you got, because even when you go in and see people that say shit like that, is people that ain't never been up under the gun. Even when you go in with your lawyer, they're not gonna ask your lawyer. They're gonna ask you, and
that's fine.
Wack, you gotta relax, bro. All you do is lie. Even if you go in with your lawyer, they not gonna ask your lawyer. That's the purpose of you having a lawyer. Your lawyer is your mouthpiece. You don't have a lawyer with you so that you talk. They the ones that do the conversation. But let Wack tell it. His legal beagle gonna sit right there while he do all the damn talking. That's because he's used to sitting down with the feds, talking to the feds with his attorney right there. The attorney ain't saying shit. Here, let Wack tell you. He gonna tell you everything you need to know. Wack ain't gonna use the attorney, the nigga that he say he got all this retainer money for. He gonna sit down and talk to him. I tell y'all every time, the bull foo-fafi, man. Straight up.
But that's why you have a lawyer, though.
Man, I'm telling you this right now. If a nigga take my information,
you ain't got to point no fingers, bro.
I'm pointing on the dead homies, nigga. And
that's
you ain't never did a day in your life.
That's you, though. You don't know what. You don't really know nothing, though.
I'm telling
but at the end of the day, like, I hear
you playing tough, but you ain't never did a day.
It ain't even no tough nothing. But it's just like you ain't got to point a finger, bro.
Listen,
that ain't the way to go.
I'm telling you right now, in corporate America, I'm not a gangster.
I play corporate America. That's my life.
In corporate America, I'm not a gangster. I'm telling you that right now. So you take my information, realtor. You take my information, banker. You take my information, Mr. Car Dealership, and go do some shit, and they knock on my door, and I look at it, I'm going to be like, nah, that ain't me. Well, who has access with a person down there I deal with is Phil. That's my banker. That's the guy I do my real estate with right there. So any real estate, however that happen, you may want to talk to them. They could probably help you a little more than I can. I don't know nothing about that. That's a fact.
Hey, listen. Wack's not a gangster. You know, I ain't no gangster. If you know somebody used your information, all you said, yo, my lawyer, I ain't do that. If you so heavy, like you claim to be, you gonna contact your lawyer and say somebody used my information. I don't know what this is. It wasn't me. Wack said he having direct contact. He telling them, yeah, I went here, I went there, I went there. They using my stuff. Hold up. If you not supposed to talk to the authorities, it's an exception. But you really deal with the authorities. But you want everybody to think that you'll never talk to them. Now, I ain't gonna never talk to the police. I know you ain't like that. You don't want to go to jail. You don't want to be locked up. Nigga, you gonna tell the police whatever they need to know, nigga. Just like you told the police everybody that was involved with no jumper. And the reason why you ain't worried about being suspect number 4 outside of no jumper because you done told everything already.
That's right. And no hesitation.
I definitely get it if you
I wish this ain't no drug deal. This ain't no who guns disease. This ain't who did the body shot, robbed the me up. If a square nigga gonna take my shit, have me in the cross, and I'ma say, I don't know what happened. Well, I don't know what happened. Now, if I'm involved in it, me and Fielding ran the play, yo, we gonna use your situation to run this, then at that point in time, I'm in violation. But if Field take my shit, go over here, run a bag to my account, and then move the bag to an offshores account, and 3-4 times, and they knock on my door, what you know about this? Shit, nothing. What the talking about? Well, on this date, on Monday, it was $4 million sent to your account, and then you sent the $4 million out. I ain't sent the $4 million out nowhere. I don't even know what you're talking about. Well, who else has access? Well, my banker has access to my information. That's a fact.
Give TV.
Hit the block.
Let's get right to it.
You and your attorney, nigga. What you talking about? Off the rip.
Why are you talking to the police?
No hesitation. I wish I would play Phil like here, street nigga, and we doing some street business and say, I'm about to rock. Nigga, you out your dumb, stupid, ass, weirdo ass, crazy ass body.
Yeah, pointing the finger ain't the only way out, my boy. But we different. That's your way. That's the way you gonna do. No hesitation. That ain't the way I'm gonna do.
What you mean pointing the finger?
Because you saying that you gonna be like no hesitation, telling them this, and this. I said that's the reason why you have a lawyer to
I'm letting them know that ain't me.
That's not, I ain't assisting in no investigations. I'm sorry.
My bank, I'm not even going through the investigation. Not gonna happen.
I just said you asked for a nigga's opinion. I just gave you my opinion on this.
Not gonna happen. Brock, you ain't been up under the gun and no.
You don't know nothing about me, bro. We met on Clubhouse. We can get that clear. You know what I'm saying? We met on Clubhouse.
The niggas say you ain't gotta just point the finger, Wack. You don't know me. Wack say, we gonna pull your record then. Hold up, man. Niggas the police, man. I don't care what nobody say. Dude made a valid point that you ain't gotta point the finger though, Wack. Wack goes straight to telling the bull, well, we gonna pull your record. What? Why did you come out and say that? Now you want to pull this nigga's record? Hey, listen, man. The boy's whole movements and his actions let you know exactly who he is. Hold up. So you felt that you wasn't winning that debate. Now you gonna say you gonna pull the nigga record? Man, that sound like some police shit.